Hi, I'm Melissa from Northline Express, and I'm here to introduce you to something that you just don't want to live without if you're splitting firewood, whether you're using it to heat your home or just splitting firewood for whatever reason. That's the Dirty Hand Tools professional grade 27-ton vertical horizontal log splitter, and it also has a 6.5 horsepower Kohler motor made right here in the United States. This log splitter is really all in one. Like I mentioned, it is a vertical as well as horizontal log splitter. So when it's in the horizontal position, that's great for those smaller logs that you can easily haft right into place, but that vertical position, which is going to be most important when you're cutting those logs that are up right up as far as this log splitter can get and they're just too heavy to lift. So in that vertical position, it's going to allow you to set those logs in place rather than trying to hurt your back getting them up into place. So that's the number one thing about the splitter that's going to make it really convenient, but it's got a ton of other factors as well that make this the log splitter that you should be using, and I'm going to today demonstrate those as well as explain all the features of this log splitter that make it the one that you don't want to pass up. So one of the first important features I'm going to introduce you today with this particular log splitter is the built-in log cradle. Now this is only going to be valuable for you when you're using the splitter in the horizontal position. And this is a nice feature that you actually don't find on a lot of splitters out there on the market. Now what's so great about it? I keep talking about it. What is so great about it is that when you have those bigger logs on here and you split them into two pieces, that first piece is going to land on this cradle and stay right here. The other piece on the other side you can set aside and then easily grab this piece, set it right into place. You didn't have to lift anything. You set it right in place and split it again, and then it will catch anything else that falls off of that piece. It just keeps your logs easily located, prevents that bending over every few seconds to pick up another piece of wood. Great feature on this product, and like I mentioned, it's not something you find on every log splitter on the market. Now let's talk about the part of the splitter that's actually doing all the work, and that's going to be your wedge and your foot plate. The 27-ton Dirty Hand Tool splitter has a 8-inch wedge as well as a foot plate. That 8-inch foot plate is actually very nice because it gives you a large area for your logs when it's in the vertical as well as the horizontal position to create that foot plate so they are held stably in place while your wedge is actually splitting the wood for you. Another nice feature about this area of the splitter is the wedge itself. It has a very narrow tip on it, and then it goes up about 1.5 inches and stays that thickness before it expands out. This is going to help it be a lot more powerful and get further into that log before it tries to split it, which makes it that much faster when it comes to splitting your logs. When it comes to the hydraulic ram on this particular splitter, it has a 4.5-inch diameter ram that has a 24-inch stroke, which means this particular splitter is going to accept logs up to 24 inches, which is nice because not everyone has a small wood stove or requires small firewood. Now when it comes to cycle time, this has actually a 14-second cycle time, so that's going to be nice, and it means you're not going to spend all day sitting there waiting for that ram to return into the beginning position. It's giving you just enough time to get that next piece of firewood ready, and it's ready to go as well. When it comes to transportation, the Dirty Hand Tools 27-ton splitter is just as convenient. It has a hitch on the front of it that's going to accept a 2-inch ball and has the required safety chains on it as well. So you can hook it up to your truck and pull it down the road. It also does have DOT approved tires on it as well, so you can pull it safely at slow speeds around, whether you're using it to pull it around the job or to get it to that next place where you're going to use your splitter. They've really thought of everything with the 27-ton Dirty Hand Tools log splitter. It even has this nice container bolted right to the frame of the splitter, and what this does is the cap actually twists off and it's got your owner's manual right in it, so if you're out on the job and you notice, hey, something's funny and I need to check something out, or you could use this storage container also as a convenient place to keep some handy tools, maybe a little bit of a first aid kit, anything you can think of. It seals nicely, it's waterproof, and it's going to be a decent size as well, so you can keep that product information or any other little accessories you might need right there on the job site, sealed up nice and dry as well. Now I mentioned this is a vertical as well as a horizontal log splitter. There's a couple nice features about this that make this vertical part of the splitter safe and easy. I've used some splitters myself that when I go to put them in that vertical position, I feel like I'm going to fly right over the thing because it just whips you up there. This particular one is balanced very well. So when you lift it into that vertical position, you can tell that you're controlling that motion. It is not controlling you, and it lifts up very fluidly and lets you control how fast it's going to lift up. The other important thing with this, especially when you're lifting it from vertical back into horizontal position, look at how nice and how much space you have here between the frame and your handle that you use to lift it up. That's important when it comes to putting it down, because I'm sure some of you out there have smashed your fingers with a horizontal or vertical log splitter when you put it return position. This handle is easy to lift it up with, and it also allows enough space to protect your fingers, and it all lifts off the unit with an easy, quick release knob, one pull, and then you just lift it right up into position. You can really see the quality of the Dirty Hand Tools professional grade splitters. There's a reason they put professional grade on them. Check out these hydraulic hoses. Not only are they durable, tough hydraulic hoses to begin with, they also have this nice spring material on the outside of them, which is going to help prevent the rubbing, especially in the transportation part of this splitter. You get that rubbing just from vibration pulling it down the road. That's going to help prevent rub through. And another nice thing about it is it's also going to help prevent kinking, which can put a stop to your splitting right there. It also has a hydraulic oil filter, which isn't a common feature on many of your splitters. That's going to help increase the longevity of your hydraulic fluid as well as keep it going, just like having a filter on your oil for your vehicle. It also on the bottom down here has a clear hose that lets you see the actual hydraulic fluid that's in your unit. That's going to help make sure you're not having any bubbles in it, which can be a sign that you have operating issues. It's also going to help you see and maintain the quality of the hydraulic fluid you're running through your system, because you can tell just like oil breaks down in a vehicle, it's going to break down in your unit as well. So when you start to see that nice honey amber color turning into a darker sludgy color, you know it's time to change your fluid. With Dirty Hand Tools, they've made this product quality and they've made it easy to maintain and use as well. This particular product is another great product from Northline Express, home of the buy and try satisfaction guarantee. And don't forget, we're also your one-stop shop for all your wood splitting needs.